Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're decoding how real estate agents can finally master the Instagram algorithm. And the best part? We're ditching the guesswork because we're using 5 specific keys that came straight from the head of Instagram himself.
So if you're a real estate agent, I'm betting this sounds familiar. You're putting in the work, right? Creating great content, you're posting all the time, but your reach is just flat. It really feels like you're just shouting into the void, and the algorithm feels like it's actively working against you.
But what if you had the cheat codes to that puzzle and they came straight from the source? Well, Adam Mosseri, the guy in charge of Instagram, has basically given us more clarity than ever on what the platform actually wants to see. So today, that's exactly what we're going to do. Break down those strategies specifically for you, the real estate agent.
All right, here's the game plan. We'll kick things off with why this is such a big deal, then jump into 4 killer tactics. After that, we'll wrap it all up with a simple blueprint you can start using today.
Okay, let's dive right in. Look, for real estate agents, social media isn't just a nice-to-have anymore. It's totally crossed that line. It's a primary driver for building your brand and, let's be real, for getting new clients.
And here's the most important part. This isn't about, just chasing random trends. Instagram is literally telling us what it wants to see. So if you just listen and adapt to what the algorithm is rewarding, you get a huge, immediate advantage over everyone else.
All right, on to our first key. And honestly, this is the big one. Because none of the other stuff we're going to talk about matters if you can't nail this one thing. You have got to stop the scroll.
3 seconds. That's all you get. Seriously, just 3 seconds to grab someone's attention and stop their thumb from moving. That makes the first line of your video, your hook, the most valuable piece of real estate you own. No pun intended, well, maybe a little.
So let's break down why these hooks are so good. They're not just cheap clickbait, right? They promise something specific, something valuable. They're calling out directly to buyers or sellers, and they create this urgent need to know more. It basically forces them to stop and find out what you have to say.
Okay, now this next part, this is a mind blower, and it came straight from Mosseri. About half of your audience is watching your stuff with the sound totally off. Let that sink in for a second. Half. Think about what that does to your message.
So if you're only relying on your voice to get your point across, you're literally cutting your audience in half right out of the gate. It's that simple. But when you use Instagram's own built-in caption tool, 2 amazing things happen. 1, you make it accessible to everyone. And 2, you send a huge signal to the algorithm that this is quality content. And guess what? It rewards you for that with more reach.
Okay, let's keep this ball rolling. Next up, we're going to talk about 2 features that are absolute game changers for local visibility. And honestly, most agents aren't even using them.
You know that location tag? It's so much more than just a little label. Think of it like giving a direct order to the algorithm. When you tag a specific location, a neighborhood, a city, even a local coffee shop, you're telling Instagram, hey, show this to people right here. And that's exactly what it does. It triggers this powerful local distribution and gets your content in front of people in your own backyard.
And then there's this little magic button called the collaborator feature. It's so simple, it's brilliant. You just invite a partner, think a local lender, a home stager, maybe a popular cafe, and as soon as they accept, boom, the post shows up on their feed and your feed. Just like that, you've instantly doubled your audience. Okay, let's talk about trends. I know what you're thinking. Do I really have to do silly dancing videos? And the answer is no. The secret is to use the momentum of a trend as a kind of booster rocket for the valuable educational content you're already creating. So here's the insider tip for trading audio. There's a sweet spot. You're looking for a track that's been used somewhere between 5,000 and 20,000 times. Why? Because that number tells you the algorithm is actively pushing it, but it's not so huge that your video gets completely buried. Just keep an eye out for that little arrow icon next to the audio name. That's your signal.
Instagram also rolled out this amazing feature called Trials, which is basically a low-risk way to experiment. I love the idea of thinking of it as your content test kitchen. You can try something new, post a video, and it gets shown almost entirely to people who don't already follow you. And the best part, it doesn't mess up the look of your main profile grid.
So here's the difference in a nutshell. Your main feed is for your existing followers, nurturing that community. Trials are all about reaching new people, expanding your reach. It's perfect for testing out a new video style or a new topic without any risk. And get this, if a trial does really well, you can just tap a button and publish it to your main feed for everyone to see. So cool.
Okay,
We've covered a ton of ground, right? We've looked at all the individual keys to unlocking the algorithm. So now let's put it all together into a super simple blueprint that you can literally start using today.
And it's so important to remember, these are not just 5 random tips. Every single one of these actions sends a clear positive signal to the algorithm. You're basically telling it, hey, my content is valuable, it's accessible, and it's relevant. And that makes the algorithm want to show it to way more people.
So when you start consistently using these strategies, you're shifting from just, posting and praying to strategically communicating with the algorithm. You're building real brand awareness in your local market, and that is what ultimately generates actual business.
Look, the advantage is right there for the taking. The platform is literally telling you the rules of the game. So the only question now is, which one of these keys are you going to use to unlock your reach first?